What up? What up? It's Monday time with the voices and what's up? I watch y'all sit here and have this conversation. Y'all get here so fat. It is so crazy. It is. I thought this was a perfect song for the night because it is another night out here with all my friends. What's up, my lovely voices? I hope everybody is having a good day today. Aha. Okay. I just want to say something really quick. I am so I read so much today. And I am so frustrated because before I finish tonight, before I read tonight, I'm gonna get this video posted. It was at 97.5% exporting and then my phone locked up. Thank you, P. So I have to redo the reactions and get it posted because dang it, I read fucking 16 chapters today, I believe is what it was. Like, and I got the videos done. I just have to post the reactions. I just have to. Oh my Lord. This story. Oh, thank you for joining the fan club. Now you read so much, I caught up and then you did 5 more and I fell behind. Oh, no worry. I understand, Vegs. Yes. We are finishing tonight. We have 2 chapters in the epilogue tonight. So that is where we're at because tomorrow we are starting our long-running series, Project Hail Mary. I've been wanting, listen, I wanted to read that book so much. We saw the movie and we've been waiting on watching the movie again because we want to read the book again. So it's been, and then listen, don't get it twisted. I have enjoyed the living crap out of Alchemised. I have some words for the book and some thoughts on it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really, really did. I thoroughly freaking enjoyed it. So don't let anybody think like I'm just trying to blow past it. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but I really do want to read fucking Project Hail Mary. I love it. Hey, May, what's up? Oh, I need to export this window really quick so I can see all my beautiful peoples that are here. There it is. I don't even know how many. We got 10 people here tonight. Heck yeah. Let's freaking go. I like when we have lots of people showing up. We got Sam. Okay, hang on. It's Jessica's birthday, I believe, ladies and gents. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, voices of all ages. Happy birthday to you. Woo, woo. Happy birthday to you. Woo, woo. Happy birthday, dear Jessica. Happy birthday to you. Woo, woo. Happy birthday. We love you. Thank you for everything you do for all of us. And I tell you what, saw the beautiful earrings that you were making down in the Discord. If y'all haven't seen it yet, go down in the Discord. She has made some beautiful earrings. I believe they're like some shark teeth and some gemmy. So beautiful. Go check them out. I need to make a birthday button. That is absolutely right. You're right. I need to do that. I need to make a birthday button. We'll okay. Okay. So hopefully this is the with reading Project Hail Mary live every night. I only got to make the videos in the morning, the next morning. So I'm hoping this next week while we're doing Project Hail Mary, I can upgrade the buttons and make some more buttons. So that's why I'm excited to get into Project Hail Mary too, is because I want to start upgrading the live and the stream again, everything else. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. So there we go. Hey, Sam, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? P, I'm going to Texas to watch the movie with y'all. DW, bring it. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Let us know. We'll find the visitors. The 30, 39, 40%. Is it 40%? 40%. Project Hail Mary watch party at the vow renewal. Sure, no worry. No worries. Miss Wolverine, book 3 on CC, chapter 5. Yes, yes. Awesome for that, Miss Wolverine. She says you're coming to take a shower, no problem. P, corporate memo. Yes, corporate memo. Does corporate need to come up to the front? Does corporate need to come to the front? Corporate? Are you needed? Send a request, corporate, if there's memos. Is it memos for you to read? Oh, snap. Oh, really? What happened now? All right. Corporate's being chung. All right. I am inviting the corporate. Corporate has been invited. All right. Corporate, are you there? Hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm just muting for you. Go ahead. Go ahead. But one sec, really quick. Hang on. I think we have a special request for this really quick before the corporate memo gets started. Really quick. Yeah. Hear ye. We got a message from corporate. Message from corporate coming in. Pay attention, you little people, or the judge is going to put you in the chambers. All right, corporate, whenever you're ready. Okay, I think she's still good. I'm watching y'all. Oh, she's back. Okay, corporate's here. We're watching. Don't make me put you in. I'll get you. All yours, P. We love you, Belle. So, we got him, coach. So, I don't know. I think she went quiet. I don't know. So, Belle, just know from everybody, from the bottom of our heart, we all love you and we wish we could do more. But know that not only are you in our hearts and thoughts and prayers and everything that everybody does, this is because you are always here first for us as well. Every live, you're the first one. In the Discord, when somebody chats, you're the first person to let us know when somebody else is having a rough time and might need to pick me up. So like P said, this is our time to give back to you. So from me and everybody in the voices, thank you, Belle. We love you. Oh, she says she appreciates it. Awesome. Good. I think she got quiet. Okay, good. Whew. I'm scared. I know. Oh, she got quiet there for a second. All right. She's happy. Whew. Okay. Yes. Y'all are amazing. Once again, proving why y'all make this worth it. I'm telling you. I don't even know what to say anymore. Put it in the cord. Put it in a cord.
Okay, special shout outs to Emily.
Oh, oh, are these messages for the cord? Oh, everybody look for special messages from the cord later on after the show. I love it. I love it. I freaking love you. Y'all are a trip. Bye, love. Oh, y'all are great. Oh, great job. I freaking love y'all. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. Now, with that being said, I'll tell you what. Let's continue the love and the joy. And you know what?
Rune Dannon, Crown
Have a little
Prince
bit of rune right there. And then after this, Belle, what button would you like to see, love? Let's give Belle a button pick of her choice. We love you too, Belle. We do. We all love you. Please know that. And like P said, we hope this really helps y'all. Hope this helps you know how loved you are. Ah, that's so friggin' awesome. Okay, hang on. Okay, Belle, what button would you like? I need to stop crying. Riddick will help. Riddick, we need some help. Riddick, my boy. Oh, man. Anybody? Well, you need another one, Belle? How's another one? Pick another one, love. Pick another one. Because I'm loading the vidya. I got to load the vidya. And then we can get started if that's what everybody wants to do. It's boom. Haha. I can't believe. Cherry. Yeah. One through 76 reactions. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, hang on. We're gonna notice nothing bad has happened yet. All right, here we go. Unfortunately, Bella's sobbing. Oh, we're gonna find out. We're finding out. We're gonna find out if it pops up. Maybe it was just a Sunday thing. We're gonna find out if it's popping. Because I think so far everybody else is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna find out.
I'm just following my destiny.
I feel so bad that I have to post this freaking video while I'm sitting here with y'all. But y'all get to see the freaking behind the scenes of why's freaking the heck out. Okay, so that one was good. Okay, so let's check out some Buzzard. You see the buzzard. The buzzard's showing a little. You see what I'm saying? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Oh, look. See? See? Nothing yet. We're good to go. Yeah, baby. Ooh, the buzzard is a good man. He's a very good man. Very kind man. A very loving that buzzard man. Fun, fun. Yeah. All right. 71, 2, 76. All right, see, we seem to be good so far. You see what I'm saying? This is so wild. Everyone is okay thus far. And I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy. I think it's a conspiracy. You know, I think it's all has some. That's it. All right, here we go. Boom. 16. Did it. We did it, guys. We freaking did it. All right, now let's see what happens. Okay. Yes, let's do it. We need a Kaine button. I have a few pictures of Kaine. I feel like I can add now. I think that would be like, we can add him with the blondies, I guess, or the silver heads. We don't have any silvers, but we can add him. I think Kaine can be added now. He's been through the trials and tribulations after thine evening, you know what I mean? I think it's a Sunday thing. Or there's somebody in that was report. I'm just saying. It was one or the other, folks. One or the other. Okay. All right, the game doesn't start till 9. We might not even be. I will probably be streaming at 9. I think we will. Okay, so we are here. I think we're ready. Are we ready? Are you ready? Okay, so let me make sure before I get started in the story. Okay, hang on. I had something come into my brain and then I just lost it. What was it? What was it? Okay, aye, Captain. What's crazy is the mini what? Couldn't connect. Oh no. Looks like what's happening? Tiki-Taki breaking again. Tiki-Taki just dropped. We gotta wait. The Tiki-Taki dropped. Tiki-Taki's dropping. Tiki-Taki's dropping. Why is the Tiki-Taki dropping? Okay, dokie. All right, Veg. All right, Veg. Hopefully you'll be done soon, and you can catch us for Project Hail Mary. Yeah, everyone should be. Everyone should be. Yeah. No, there's frame drops. There's frame drops. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's us or if it's the Tiki-Taki. We are here. We're gonna wait this through. He thought we got banned. No, it looks like we're having issues again, as always. I don't know what's up. Oh, yeah, Tiki-Taki broke again. All right, well, we're gonna stop TikTok and then we're gonna start again. Let's just try that. Let's just do that. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see if our frames come back and we'll start it up again. We'll start it up again. Huh. Doesn't look like it. What is going on? Ah, boy. No, we're not banned. We're not banned. I stopped the TikTok to see, because I'm having frame rates drop, but I don't know if it's my internet connection or not. I don't know what's going on, so I'm running my tests. No, I don't know. No, I'm pulling 600 megs of internet, so it's not me. Yeah, I don't know. TikTok's not working. I'm not sure. I'm checking my connections now to see what's up. I'm checking. I'm pulling 600 meg of a gig download. My upload is pushing 21, 22. All right, it looks like I'm coming back now. All right, we're going to start it up on Tiki-Taki again. Here we go. Starting Tiki-Taki up again. Here we go. Here we go. All right. How about now? We should be... Hopefully we're back. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully we'll get back. Let's see what happens. Happens. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I think we're back. I think we're back. Back to life. Back to wise beyond the stories. All right. Hopefully we're coming back. We're coming back today. All right, let's see. Bum 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 bum. Out of control. What is happening right now? I think I'm gonna have to reconnect that too, aren't I? Yep. I gotta reconnect my TikTok check. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, I closed the TikTok down just to see if it was my OBS or if it was the Tiki-Taki. So, I think it was the Tiki-Taki because it seemed to be okay and YouTube never seemed to go down. So, I don't know. That was kind of sad. Makes me kind of sad that happened. You know what I mean? We had so many people. Well, hopefully everybody will come back. I know we lost Veg. She had to go because she was bouncing, so that's unfortunate. But I'm glad we had most of the people here before freaking that happened, because that sucked. That would have sucked if that would have happened during corporate memo. What would have sucked for the corporate memo? Corporate memo. All right, now the chats are connecting back up. All right. Hopefully things will be right. Exactly. They gave us our moment. Exactly. Ay. Tell you what. And that wasn't a restriction or nothing. That was just, I had so many frame rate drops. Like, that was crazy. Like, I lost 9% frame rate on that. I don't even know why. Don't know why. Oh well. Thank you. It's my Father's Day chair. It was originally this one over here. You can't see it. I would move it, but Lily's sleeping in it. She's sleeping in it. So yeah, and then Liz saw this one and she's like, I'm gonna get you that one because it vibrates and it's got fluffy stuff. So it's super cool. I love it. It is an amazing chair. And it reclines. And I got a footstool. And look. I got buttons. It vibrates and stuff. All right. She said I'm out of water again and it's our fault. No! Well, you can have some water now. You can have a little bit extra if you want. You can have anything you want. How about them apples? I got to put. Hey, Azul, what's up, Lisa? How you doing, love? How are you doing? How have you been? Bam. put up Alchemised so everybody sees what we're reading tonight. Definition of. All right. Okay. There was too much love and there was. It couldn't handle it. The love was congesting up the internetural lines. The love was colliding up the lines, and we had to reset the internet because of the love that was coming from the voices. That's all that was. You know what I mean? So, all right. Yeah. Sorry, Lisa. Yeah. We got it, and then the whole freaking the tiki-talkie live went all discombobulated and jacked up. So, but I will have it'll be on YouTube. You'll be able to see later. Just remember, anybody that did miss it, you can go back on the Tubi and you can catch up on anything. That's all right. Hey, life gets everybody. We need time. This will sound like a joke, but if it involves an essay, Emily can write. I saw her in court. For real? Bella, you talking about the paperwork for the grants and stuff? Send that out? I hope so. I hope you get all that. Ooh, that would be legitness. Thank you for the gifts, love. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Awesome. All right. So, how many people are staying for the end of the story? I will say, lived at the courthouse today, legal. Yeah, I bet. If you need a strongly worded letter, Emma's your girl. That's cool. So, we got 2 chapters and an epilogue left, and I will say one thing. I will say this, okay? And I haven't finished my final review of the story yet, but I will say there was so many extra words that did not need to be said. And I understand in the part 1 trying to confuse you and all, but and then part 3 just seems to go by so fast. It's crazy. I don't even know what to talk about. But anyway. He lives taking out. I probably don't know. That's funny. All right, Lisa, no worry. Oh, no worry, Jessica. I got you. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Part 1, listen. Part 1 didn't have to be that long with that much dumb information that we did not need. I understand putting it in there to confuse us, and that's fine. Part 2 was okay. Again, it could have been shortened down. And then part 3 is just seeming to flash by. I know I'm reading it all in one day, but still the sequence of events, it just seems so quick. You know what I mean? But so that was cool. But I will definitely say this, and I like this story, and I'm glad I read it. I did like this story. Nothing bad about it. But I will say this. I think I don't think this should have been one book. I don't know. I don't think it should have been one book. I really don't. I don't think it should have been one book. I think maybe the parts should have been an individual book. I think this should have been a series. Especially if she was going to do that much detail, then I think she should have leaned into it, made a full-blown series into it. Let us see her going. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I like it. It's good, but resonance. I will be so glad. Listen, I will say this much. I will be glad when I don't have to say resonance. I tell you what. That is wild. If it didn't start out, yeah, I get what you, okay, fair, that's a fair statement. That is a fair statement. I have to remember, it started, it's a fanfic. It is. Fair statement. Okay. Movie, see, I mean, I don't know. I think a limited 3-part series, if you did each, if if it was Netflix and you did one of those limited 3 parts or 4-part series, make each one like 2 hours a piece so you could really dig into it. Yeah. If you do a movie, it's going to have to be a quick, and they're going to have to do a lot of flashbacks. And I think that's what's going to push some people off is the way it goes, but trying to confuse everybody else. I think that's going to be the push off. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. More people would have read it. If it's, I believe, Malsilla, I believe that absolutely. Yeah. I see. Agree. Limited series. Yeah. Yeah, a movie. I think if I remember correctly, like she sold the movie rights for like $3 million, y'all. So, I mean, she did something right. I'm not bashing on her. Don't get it twisted. I'm not bashing on her. She did the damn thing, but I don't know. Yeah, it's the most movie. If I'm not mistaken, she sold the largest amount for one movie ever. It's crazy. It's like $3 million or something for just the permission for the story. So I'm not knocking you. Love the story. Definitely think the layout and format could have been different. But the story was fucking epic. All right, and we got to finish it up. But I will say these last few chapters, I expected a little bit more to happen. I expected a little bit more. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Swanson? Hey, oh, I didn't want to wake her up. Ladies and gentlemen, voices of all ages, I present to you Helena.
Hello.
I got to come up with a better entrance for you. I'm sorry. Sorry, I thought there was a fly there. There was a fly. I was saving her. I was saving her from the fly, folks. I promise. More than 3 million exact is under. Okay, yeah, exact. Song Who Let the Dog. That's funny. That is funny. All right. So, are we ready to finish this book? Are we ready? Bow down to the master. And then, okay, before I get into this, I know it got brought up about maybe a possible readjustment to what's after Hail Mary because of releases and stuff. But if we're going to do that, I need to know times and dates and what we're trying to fit in. I still don't know what we got to work with. So I kind of need to know what I'm working with. So I'm just going to throw that out there because I don't know what we're working with. Tell me what you're working with. Shake yes. Show me what you're working with. So her song should be something. Ooh, Stevie Nicks. Yeah, she got yes, discussion in the Discord. And then as it stands right now, we're still doing Wolf King. No, I'm not changing nothing. As it stands right now. But we'll discuss because of the break. But again, we did agree that I don't mind reading series that aren't complete. Okay? So there's that. After Akatar is Fever. So, like I said, I don't know. We will discuss down in the cold. All right, but here we go. We've done our buttons to start. What about the spark? All right, here we go. The conclusion of Alchemised. Chapter 77. January 1790. Helena sat in bed, counting her daughter's fingers and toes, studying the tiny fingernails and squashed profile. Ella had... is it close enough to the mic since I'm using this one? Am I close enough to the mic still? Am I look like I'm close enough. Yeah, okay. I'm good to go. All right. So, here we go. Counting her daughter's toes, studying the tiny fingernails and squashed profile. Lila had rubbed the vernix in thoroughly and swaddled the baby with expert speed before giving her back to Helena. The matted brown hair was beginning to dry and stand a little tufts around her soft head. Looks like she got my hair, Helena said as she looked up smiling. Kaine was standing almost as far from her as he could without going for the door. She stared at him in confusion. He had barely left her side for weeks, and now he looked cornered. Kaine, come and see her. He swallowed. Helena, she's your daughter. The muscles in his jaws jumped. Yes, I know. I remember how it happened. The smile on Helena's face vanished. She looked down. Silence in the room was heavy, as she felt as though they were being crushed by it. Some wounds would never heal, and sometimes she felt that she and Kaine had a nearly lethal number of that variety. God bless it. Oh, that rips your heart out. You remember how? You remember? Yeah. He was forced. They were both. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, that's. Oh! All right. Come here, Helena said, not giving him a moment to interpret her silence as an agreement. Her voice was hard and flat. He exhaled, his eyes despairing as though his heart were being carved out of his chest, but he didn't move. Kaine, come here, she said forcefully. He swallowed and stepped closer. We didn't have any choice. You didn't, but that's over now. We said we'd start over when we ran away. That's what we're doing now. She's never going to know that world. Kaine was looking anywhere but at the baby. She's not going to hurt you, and you're not going to hurt her. Helena, his voice said strained. I'm not supposed to have this life. Halida is drowning in blood, and I've spilled, and drowning in the blood that I've spilled. You think that doesn't include children? Oh, God, he's twisted. Schmilling is the only thing I've ever done. Do you really want someone like that near your daughter? Helena froze, staring at him, and finally looked down. You don't have any choice, she said. And it's not all you've done. You saved me. You saved Lila and Poe. We did what we had to do to survive. But we get better than that now. We'll do it for her. And finally, he finally dragged his eyes from the far wall. Their daughter's silver eyes peered up at him. Her hair had dried and all into a halo of brown curls. Her face was squashed from birth. The both of her hands escaped swaddle and were up near her face. She was aggressively sucking her knuckles on her right hand. She was the loveliest thing Helena had ever seen. Look at her. She's ours. She's all ours. You're not going to hurt her. Kaine was frozen as he stared at her. He stopped breathing, and his fingers spasmed, trembling as he finally reached out. He barely brushed the baby's palms as he thought his touch might poison or break her. The tiny hand instantly closed around his finger, gripping it. Helena watched him, recognized the expression that slowly filled his eyes as he stared at that tiny person tenaciously cling to him. Possessive adoration. Wow, the first look. Ah, man, I tell you what. Oh, the name. Are we ready? Enid Rose Ferran. That's a pretty name. Enid is a wild name. I'm not going to lie, but I understand the times, but it's better than Agnes. I'm not going to deny that one. Enid Rose Ferran was, according to Lila, the easiest baby ever born. The older she grew, the more she looked like Helena, except for her eyes, which were, in color and angle, just like Kaine's, and the grandmother that she was named for. She slept beautifully and rarely cried. She would sleep for hours in her overly indulged father's arms, snoozing on his chest as he watched Helena work in the kitchen or in the little laboratory set up in one of the outbuildings. Enid possessed the sole curiosity of an owl, head swiveling as she observed everyone around her. Helena would carry her in her sling, tucked against her chest where she could wrap her arms tightly and protectively around Enid's tiny body when the shadows grew too long. Once Enid could safely sit up, she would spend half the day sitting on Kaine's shoulders, writing about him where he walked the perimeter of the property over and over, checking all the buildings and visiting Aramis, who would vibrate with excitement but hold utterly still when Enid tugged her ears and patted her. Kaine talked to Enid more than he talked to anyone, even Helena. Why? The fly is back again, you son of fucking flies. Ah! He would monologue to her about everything. The trees, the sea, the tide, the moons, alchemy techniques, and array theories. What the weather might be, and Enid listened to him intently, fretting if he got distracted or fell silent for too long. I've been listening to the audio, but hey, my mispronunciations are perfect pronunciations of the mispronunciation. Don't make fun of me. I'm just playing. When the next summer abeyance arrived, it brought news from the north detailing the new siege currently in progress, how the city was being starved in compliance as demands of surrender were ignored. They were all relieved when the abeyance ended, and there was no more unspoken questions hanging in the air of whether they could or should do something more. Enid might have the perfect child. Enid might have been a perfect child, if not for the terrible influence of Apollo. Hold fast. Paul, why are you making her so not nice and stuff? Making a little baby. The instant Enid could walk, man, it's already been a year with them. All right. The instant Enid could walk, the idyllic quiet of the island, is that the word? All right. Of the island was forever shattered. The two children tore through the house, shrieking and shouting, obvious to the ways their parents flinched and startled at sudden noises. I know what that is like. From Pole, Enid learned to climb hills and trees, tearing her clothes to bits, scrambling down the cliffs. Hey, she's living a good life. She made the mud pies and soups and healing potions in jars. We went through that. We went through that shit. The healing potions and mud pies in the jars. Oh, we still go through that. What are we talking about? Except now they use shampoo, lotion, water, and...
Yeah, look at the guest bathroom.
Oh, my Lord. No, I don't want to. Nope. Sorry, flashback.
Dry shampoo, by the way. Sacrifice dry shampoo.
Sacrifice dry shampoo. That's funny. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's on you. She learned to wrestle and fight and play swords, and Lila had taught Pole basic combats. Pole planned to be a warrior someday, and Enid wanted to be one too. Both children held Lila in the highest esteem because she was a warrior with a metal leg they found significantly more interesting than their own legs. Pole showed an early exceptional proficiency for pyromancy. Then Enid, apparently not to be outdone, healed Pole's lip after he split it open, running into a door. Wow! We got a little pyro and a little healer coming on. I like it. Helena was horrified by the early manifestations, but Lila reassured her that it had been similar young when her abilities began intermittent appearances. Enid was reading by the time news came that Pallida had finally surrendered. The allies had poured into the city, securing and dispatching Necrothals so sickly, so stick-thin and malnourished that they scarcely put up a fight. There were stories of the conditions found there of citizens so starved that they were mistaken for Necrothals as they swarmed for the liberating soldiers, begging for food. Wow. Y'all know what's crazy though? Y'all know the most dangerous part for when people get like that is to actually give them food? Because they can eat and it can actually swell them up so much, and it can, so it's very scary. You have to be very, very careful. That is, woo, sorry, seen that for, okay. Anyway, by all accounts, it was an exceptional, successful campaign with few casualties for the Allied armies. This book is going to end very lackluster, isn't it? This book seems like it just might be ending. The Liberation Front was ceaselessly praised. I'm waiting for the shabam in my face. That's what she said. Oh, snap. Sorry. Praised for bringing the tyranny and the undying to the end, but Helena felt sick reading it, overcome with the sense of betrayal. How different it could have been if the international community had decided to put even a negligible amount of effort into caring sooner. Listen, you'll never get no world will ever agree. Sorry, it sounds good. It's just okay. The amount of effort into caring sooner. If Hedgoss and Novus had less concern over which of them would control Pallida afterwards. They all bided their time, waiting until the situation grew intolerable for them, and only striking after their victory was assured. And still, somehow, they were heroic. Well, of course, because heroes get to write history, unfortunately. Good Lord. Allie Grace, welcome! Oh no, I'm sorry you had a rough day. Well, welcome. Hopefully we can make you have a little smile. Yes, DW, exactly. Just like that. Yes. Somehow they were heroic. In the papers, all of the horror stories about the conditions inside the city described in lurid details were only shared to highlight what the Paladinians had been saved from, rather than the admonishment of what they had been left to endure. Nobody wants to talk about that shit. No, you want to talk about the guy that came in. Let's give the generals the awards, but the soldiers are the ones schmeckling in the streets. Morrow was not among the casualties and captives. Somehow he remained alive in the caves beneath the Institute. He's pulling a Saddam, living in the caves and shit. He's like Saddam and freaking, what's his name? The other one. Yeah, that one. After a few failed attempts to breach the underground, the Liberation Front left him there, hoping he would schmie of his own. With the liberation out of the way, the focus on the Allies turned to the urgent matter of getting Pallida economically productive once more. With debates raging about what Pallida should look like in the future, whether it should exist at all, or perhaps become a shared territory. That Hevgross and Novus would collaboratively control. Trials were expected to begin, that stupid fly. The international community denied any knowledge of the forced labor on the outpost. Of course they would, nor that all the industrial bioluminescence had been extracted by the Necrothals for the last several years. However, they couldn't deny knowledge of the repopulation program. Oh, that's right, because Stroud spit that everywhere. So instead, they insisted that far as they knew, participation had been Okay, sure. It was a voluntary participation. Okay. At some point in the siege, the siege or seizure of the city, that's a tongue twister, Shroud had disappeared. Of course Shroud disappeared. Fucking twat waffle. When the woman began, it's a story, TikTok, entertainment purposes only, says right there. The woman began to release from the tower stories about a program to begin to emerge. The abuse and smorcher of Stroud had permitted, and the children born and subjugated to experimentation to study early childhood resonance and how it developed. But they were regarded as too horrifying to print. Most of the focus on the forced labor on the outpost and the mines and the malnutrition among the surviving civilians population. There was pressure from the matter of the repopulation program to be quickly resolved. The women urged to move on rather than re-traumatized in court. Hysterically unmarried mothers could hardly be expected to provide admissible testimonies. Bitch, please ask them. I bet they would. I bet they would. Maybe not all of them. Hoobie Lynn, get the fly. Hey, get the fly, baby girl. It's out here. Yeah, you hear it. Get it. All right. Sorry. Oh, man. I don't agree with that, DW. Fuck on the easy peasy. Fucking don't ever let me get in charge. Motherfuckers be held in contempt. I tell you what, Judge Wise on the case, bitches. You all paying a crime. Sorry. It was a stain upon the northern identity that such atrocities had occurred, and it so was treated as some evil and twisted idea that had sprung from the undying regime, that if the selected breeding had not been long rooted in the guild culture, No, there would be covenants for the mothers and for the children in the orphanage where they could grow and become productive members. Be productive members of society. You mean cogs in your fucking wheel. Sorry, digressing. And so it could all be forgotten. I'm telling you, these last few chapters gonna make this story go if this keeps up like this. I'm just saying, it's very realistic. Maybe that's why I don't like it. It's very realistic. Maybe that's what the problem is. I don't know. Kaine was the only one who didn't seem surprised at how things unfolded. Helena was so upset that she was sick for days. And Leela started to disappear, leaving Paul with Helena needed for long periods. Oh, shit. After the children were in bed one night, Leela came to the kitchen where Helena was working on a chimitra project that she hoped might help manage her heart. I need to talk to you, Leela said. She was very pale. She'd been quiet and withdrawn ever since the abeyance passed. She sat down and stared at the fire for a long time. I have to go back. What do you mean? What do you mean you have to go back? What do you mean you have to go back? What the fuck do you mean? Helena had known this day was coming, but her stomach... because she got to take hold. No, Lila was not made for the quiet life. She was never going to be happy on the island. She stayed because of Paul and Helena, but from the moment they read the bulletin on the ship, Helena knew that if Lila had been the mother to a toddler, she probably would have jumped off and joined the liberation. Fucking Christ. All right, let me explain this to some people. I got this inside tip, okay? Let me explain. I got some inside tip. There's no fucking glory in war. Don't fucking do it, okay? Little insider knowledge there, okay? Jesus. I've been thinking about this for a while. I can't let them do this. They're erasing everything, everyone. They'll bury everything that happened. They don't care. You're going to try to tell. They're going to bury you. They're not going to let the truth out. Oh, my God. You'd best off writing a tell-all book and just start to post shit around on the internet. They don't care. They just want a manufacturing bag. Just like watching vultures close after they stay the years they watch us die. Helena sighed. What does going back do, Lila? Tell her. I'm going to kill Moro. No, you're not. You're not even going to... Okay, maybe you will. I'm going to go in and I'm going to schmill him and I'm going to make sure that no one ever forgets about the resistance. Lila's throat work. Listen, let's be honest. The only one in the resistance that was worth the damn was Helena. This book's pissing me off, y'all. So I needed to take care of Pole for me and I need to learn how to get fight, to use Vivimancy and get whatever obsidian left. And Helena, I need you to teach me how to build a schmom. Fuck. Moro might be schmed in a year. I know it won't wait that long. I'm going to go during the winter abeyance. That's an incredibly dangerous voyage, Helena, I said sharp. I have to go. Lila's voice rose. They schmilled my family. They schmilled Luca. Wow. They schmilled everyone. I can't tell Paul about how brave and how wonderful his dad was and know that the person who schmilled him is out there. Slow your roll. Pump the brakes. You don't want to know. Pump your brakes. You don't want to know about Luca, the little bitch tits. Little guy. That little guy. Me and him still, we're not. Fictional character, TikTok. Entertainment purposes only. Read the sign. It's right there. It's a book. It's a book. No one cares about the way Luke fought and suffered trying to save us. She gestured furiously. Because he didn't win. They'll forget all about him if I don't go back. You could schmy. Don't leave Pole an orphan. Lila was staring at the fire. The expression on her face so intense, so yearning, she looked as if she might slip her hands and if she would let her touch Luca again. I made an oath that I would schmy before I let Luca come to harm. But he schmied and I'm still here. I've tried. How? How did I get TikTok live restricted for some audiences because harassment bullying? Jeez. Here. Oh, shit. Here we go again. Freaking TikTok won't let me be with my friends. All right. It's just us 10 minutes. Let's go. Not anymore. What are we reading now? We are right there. We're finishing up Alchemised, Shannon. We are finishing up Alchemised. All right, here we go. Helena reluctantly compiled her research on schmom making. The technique used the schmom, the Westport lab, and the most potential, especially if they could find the source of oxygen feeding into the underground. She thought about the design over the years. She'd been in a rush and improvised using these materials available. With time and resources, it could be far more effective. In the meantime, Kaine trained Lila in combat vivamancy. To the surprise of one, Lila had been trained in secret. Objectively, she was a better fighter, except that Kaine did not follow any rules. Because you don't follow rules in war unless you're the U.S. Army, and then you get handcuffed. You can't do your... digressing. She switched from vivamancy to combat alchemy and sheer underhandedness constantly, so that the instant Lila had the advantage, the fight became something different. He was brutal with her, extracting and impatient to a degree that he dramatically softened with Helena. He gave Lila no consideration. He beat her weakness out of her. I like that. Helena didn't realize how much time and consideration Kaine had devoted to thinking about schmilling Morrow, the strategery and it would require, as if he spent the years on the island waiting for Lila to ask. Perhaps he had, or perhaps he would have gone and tried to do it himself if he had been physically able to, but he wasn't. He'd never fully recover from the torture Morrow had last inflicted on him. Under stress and tremors were worse than Helena's. Hey, let me know if the mic volume gets a little different, because remember, we're new chair, mic different. Let me know. Just let me know. Maybe if you could just peep the chat. I know you're working on the design, but every once in a while, just in case. Thank you, my love. You should put your name on this, Lola said when Helena finally gave her the instructions for the schmom. Even if people think you're... You should get credit for your work. Luca always said you'd be the one to outshine us all. Thank you, loves. Helena shook her head, and I don't want anyone to wonder about me or look too hard. It's not worth the risk. Oh, now she's using her brain. It's not worth the risk now. Just say you took the design when you escaped and you don't know who developed it. Cole came to slowly understand that his mother was leaving. He was 5 by then, and he and Enid had birthdays close together. And as an early gift, Lila and Paul went to the larger islands and returned with a leggy white shepherd puppy named Cobalt, named after his father's horse. So you're telling me we heard about the horse in part 1, Cobalt, and we didn't hear about it again until this part? Why? Why? Oh. He'll keep you company and keep you safe until I come back, Lila said. And she'll let you die in hair faded, let it grow blonde again. It was braided and pinned around her head because this was how she wanted Paul to remember her. I won't be able to send letters, but I'll send messages sometimes, all right? And whenever you see Lumitha, that means I'm thinking about you. And when you see the sun shining, the sun shining, that's your dad watching you for me. Oh, that was nice. Lila's eyes shone with tears. And you look out for Enid. She's your best friend. You have to stick together because that's what best friends do. You said, I laughed so hard when this better be important. I'm telling you, man. I read so many words and half them fucking words haven't even fucking mattered. That's why I stopped. That's why I ain't trying to make predictions in this book. I said, fuck a duck. Fuck it. The High Necromancer Murrow was once known as the first northern alchemist Cetus, schmied on a spring day. According to the newspaper, the underground stronghold was breached by an elite team of Novus and Hegavartian military, accompanied by the paladin Leah Barad, the last surviving member of the Order of the Eternal Chodal Flame. Eternal Chodes, all of them. A mysterious pyromancy bomb was used in the initial attack. The blast caused the famed alchemy tower to collapse, and the wreckage was painstakingly evacuated and infiltrated as team was mobbed by necrothralls. Many were schmilled in the attack. Leela Bayard was nearly schmilled. The general leading the attack ordered that everyone fall back, but Leah had refused. She went alone. Newspapers across the continent featured a photo of Leah Bayard emerging from the rubble of the alchemy tower, helmet gone, face filthy, her armor streaked with blood. A brutal scar across her face was stark visible. sharpening the look of cold triumph as she dragged the remains of Morrow's mutated and rotting corpse behind her. There was no denying Lilla Bayard's heroism. She had done what a dozen countries had failed to do. Having a living, breathing member of the eternal Chodal flame had done the impossible, made it harder for the allied nations to treat Pallida as an uttered failed nation that needed external control. Lilla was offered all sorts of ceremonial roles, but she refused them. She had not come back to rule. She wanted those lost remembered, and she wanted the tragedy of war confronted, not buried, so that it could not happen again. Okay. I take it back. She did a good thing. I take it back. Egg on my face. I didn't think it would happen. Good on her. Rarely does this happen. Good on her. All right. In Layla's absence, Pole and Enid grew intensely attached to each other. Uh-oh, are they going to fall in love? Are they going to fall in love as they grow older? Enid and Pole, the next fucking pyromancer. Because he's probably going to be an animancer. She going to be, it's going to be the power of all four. The power of the four. In Lila's absence, Pole and Enid grew intensely attracted to each other to the point where Helena Kaine began to watch them and worry. She's not going to handle it, Helena said as they watched Enid and Pole run from the tide of the pool. So much like us. I don't know if it'd be better or worse to begin preparing for her. Kaine nodded as the children teased a large crab, which then chased after them. Scuttled sideways. Enid and Pole both tripped, shrieking with laughter as they tried to drag each other from the pursuing claws. And Cobalt barked wildly. Oh, for sure, Enid and Pole. Well, I'm just saying. Words had come from the Lilla was leading reconstruction efforts to have the Alchemy Institute reopened. There would be a new tower, a new school, but not all Northern alchemy would be funneled through the narrow admission rate of the Institute's generations of knowledge and alchemy had been destroyed. Whew. The continent was in a desperate need of more alchemists, and as many could be trained, alchemy certifications would no longer be exclusive to Institute students, but overseen by external bodies and given to anyone who could pass the necessary resonance test and exams. The Institute would return its original purpose in new heights and advancements in alchemy. After fierce debate, vivimancy was added in a field of alchemical studies at the Institute. Good on that. Lilla had insisted on it. Man, Lilla's actually doing something. She's really doing some shit. Right? Those are big words for me and Elmo. I almost used my original nickname on that one, yo. Wow. I almost dropped that one. Anyway. Healers had been vital to the eternal flame during the war. The potential of the resonance was being villainized and wasted by superstitious paranoia. It should not be an ability exclusive to those willing to abuse it. Pallida's discriminatory treatment of vivimancers had played a role in how easily the Undying had recruited them. Oh, wow. Pallida had to evolve. Wow. It took a year and a half, but finally Lilla returned. A year and a half, but she had not come to stay. She was taking Paul home. Helena tried to change her mind and Lilla would not be moved. Luke's son had to go to Pallida and see what his family had built. The only consolation to Helena was that Paul would never be the Principate. Okay, for there would be no more Principate. Okay. The world had seen Lucian hold fast grovel at Morrow's feet and beg for immortality before his execution. Even with the claims that perhaps he'd been coerced, promised leniency for the rest of the eternal flame. The mythos surrounded the holdfast and the idea of the lineage of divinity had been irrevocable. I know that fucking word. I know the word. I just can't use my tongue to say it. Irrevocable. irrevocably blah, 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 shattered. It's like you in compilations. Paul would go to Padilla as the holdfast, and he and his mother would rebuild what had been dearest to his family's heart, the Alchemist Institute. Come back with me, Helena, Leela said, and Kaine took the children on a walk to the cliff. You can run the Vivimancy department. Think of what difference you could make. You'd be establishing a whole new formalized field of alchemy. You'd be perfect for it. How would that work? Helena asked. She could tell that reality was setting in for Lila. The realization of all the politics and pressure that were the price of her choices. Do I leave Enid here or take her with me while I try to clear Kaine's name? Lila looked away, staring at the sea. You can't clear his name. It'll never happen. Oh, we can clear Luke's name in the eternal flames, but we can't clear fucking his name? We don't want to try to clear a name? What are you doing, babe? Yeah. Oh, wait, shut up. You forget that it turns off automatically. You gotta click it back on. That's the alchemy book right there.
Oh, I couldn't see that.
Sorry.
Why?
All right, sorry. Do I leave in here? You can't clear his name. That'll never happen. I know you think he's a tragic hero with no choice, but he's done the most terrible things. The people talk about Murrah, make jokes about him. But do you know no one ever jokes about the High Reeve? People look sick at the mere mention of him. His signatures are sealed. His signatures and seal are everywhere. He was involved in everything. There was nothing that happened in that regime without Kaine. In that regime that Kaine didn't know about. Helena's throat tightened. Well, that's the thing about being a spy and establishing a regime. You have to know things. How else do you expect him to do it? Helena's shoulders dropped. Lila's shoulders dropped. Helena understood why Lila didn't want to be the sole survivor, the lonely hero. In Pallida, she was still surrounded by vultures watching her, waiting for any mistake, some means to tear her apart, just as they had when she was a paladin. Now Paul would be in their clutches, but even knowing that, Lila couldn't leave her family, country, or legacy. It was not in her nature to give up a fight. There's no more fight to have, you twat waffle. What are we doing? Go live with your kid. Pick your kid. Fuck them. Why? It's a story, TikTok. I'm not going to leave him, Helena said after a pause. There's no version of me that survives a war without Kaine. I was loyal to Luke, and I know you want Pallida to remember him. But that country schmilled him. And as much as Morrow did, I can't go back to it. Lila nodded, staring in turn, but then stopped. I know I said I wouldn't say anything else, but I have to say this before I go and leave you here. Lila's throat dipped, her scar growing stark on her face the way it did when she was upset. You're all I have left besides Paul. I know you love Kaine, and he loves you. I don't deny that, but I don't think you realize how inhumanely cold he is to anyone who isn't you or E. Do you know how fucking insanely cold I am to anyone who isn't her? Get fucking bent. Get bent. Kick rocks. The rest of the world would burn and he wouldn't care. I see nothing wrong with this, my girl. I don't think you would even notice. Is that what you really want? Yes, trust me, that's what everybody, walk into it. I know what he's like, and it's the reason you and I are alive. Thank you. Frustration let Lila go kick rocks. She started opening her mouth. When you killed Morrow, what did you think about? Helena asked. Lila's mouth snapped shut and looked away. Her face growing anguish. Luke. I was thinking about everything he did to Luke. Helena stared down at her left hand. Concealment on the ring had faded. I swear, if this is gonna turn into a freaking Jon Snow and motherfucking Dany, no, it better not. The concealment of the ring had faded in time, but now the brace on her hand had nearly covered it. Love isn't as pretty and pure as people think it is. There's a darkness, and sometimes Kaine and I go hand in hand. I made him. Who is he? I know that array meant when I saved him. If he's a monster, then I'm his creation. When Enid realized that Lila was taking Pole away, she was initially uncomprehending and then hysterical. No, 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 you can't. He's mine. He's my best friend. You can't take him away. Ooh. She refused to be comforted by Kaine or Helena. She clung to Pole, not letting go. Pole was clearly conflicted, but he didn't let go of Lila's hand, even for Lila. Layla's hand for even a second. She can't come with us. Can she come with us? Looking seriously at Helena. I'll take care of her. Helena's throat closed. No, no. Enid has to stay here until she's older, she said, trying to untangle Enid. I want to go, Enid sobbed as Helena pried her fingers off Pole's trousers. I want to live in Pallida too. Why can't we all go? I'm sorry, we can't, Helena said, holding her tight as Enid attempted to collapse on the floor and crawl to Pole. It's not safe for us. That's why we live on this island, remember? Because Mom's heart goes too fast when we do too many trips. Mom can't go to places that make her heart go too fast. But Pole is my best friend. I'll be alone without him. This fucking sucks. Kaine turned and walked into the next room for a moment, hands spasming. Pole let go of Lila's hand and went over to Enid. He said tentatively, you have to stay with your mom and dad. You can't come to Pallida yet. Why not? You get to. Yeah, Pole said slowly, his blue eyes huge and thoughtful. And then expression grew pained. But you have to take care of Cobalt. City's no place for a dog, you know. He doesn't come when you tell him, so he might get hit by a lorry. Enid's head popped up. Really? She said in a trembling voice. Yes, Pole said. And the boats are dangerous too, you know. So you have to take care of him for me. He needs walks every day. Enid nodded in a fervent understanding of the serious responsibility placed upon her, and Pole gave her the leash. God damn it, Pole. Pole's already better than his dad. And Lila and Pole rode away. Enid sat on the cliff, holding Cobalt and crying. Damn. Enid's village and origin story. Right for real. I'm just gonna pick buttons tonight because we haven't redone the wheel yet with the new stuff. So we're just pushing buttons. We're just pushing buttons. Hey, we got some people in here I haven't seen in a while. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Are we ready for chapter 78? Let's get to it. All right. 4 years later. Got your bell. Mom, Helena looked up from the tincture she was making. There were certain things always in demand in the village. Enid was sitting in the kitchen, watching her work. Since Pole's departure, Enid had lost most of her playfulness. Kaine and Helena had tried to bring back that spark, to find children in the village for Enid to befriend, but she always held herself back. There were too many obstacles, no alchemy, no mention of Kaine or Helena's real names, or of where Pole and Lila had gone. The rules and the barriers stressed Enid, and as the result, she had retreated into the house, only going out with her parents, or dutifully to walk Cobalt every day. On the dark nights, Kaine would take her riding on Aramis. Sometimes they would fly to the other islands together, but no matter where she went, Enid never wanted friends. The bright spot of her life was 2 weeks each summer when the family traveled to the northern mainland to visit Lila and Pole in the port city. Why do you have holes in your wrist? Enid asks. No one else has holes like that. Helena's chest tightened as she looked down. She was usually careful to cover them, but she'd been distracted and pushed her sleeves up to work. 8 years was a long time to hide anything from a nosy child. No, there's not many people who have them, she said quietly. During the war, people thought they could win if the other side didn't have their resonance. Excuse me. So they tried to find ways to make it go away. And these holes were one of the ideas they had. Did it make your resonance go away? Enid leaned closer, peering at them. Helena pressed her lips together and nodded. It did, but it's back now. Helena nodded. Your dad got it back for me. It was a long time ago, but some scars don't ever go away. They look funny, don't they? Enid reached out and touched one inquisitively. Did you get captured in the war? Helena's throat closed. She stepped away, going to the cupboard, and tucked the tablet into her mouth and quickly drinking the glass of water. She knows these conversations would come up eventually. Enid was getting too old to keep avoiding them, especially given how desperate she was to go to Palada and study alchemy like Pole, who just began his first year at the Institute. Yes, she finally said, I was captured for a while, and it wasn't very nice, and that's why I decided to run away and have you instead. It's been much more fun. Kaine entered the room, and Helena stiffened. She said, do you mind running to the village and getting some cheese for dinner? We're all out. Enid hopped up, curly hair flying, and disappeared out the door. What's wrong? Kaine asked as Enid was gone. Enid noticed the scars from the manacles just now, Helena said, without meeting his eyes. What did you tell her? Helena inhaled, as much as I thought she was ready to know. I didn't lie. Kaine just arched his eyebrows. Helena sat her jaw and went over the shelf and pulled down the newspaper. A crate of them arrived today, she said. I was looking through, and this was there. She lifted the paper. War criminal found drowned in Hevgras. Kaine's eyes gleamed. Helena looked down, studying the words. It was Stroud. Oh, bummer, it was Stroud. Oh, shucky darn. She was found in a lake. Oh, hopefully in the bottom of it. She appeared to have a heart attack while swimming. Oh, shucky darn. Hevgras face questioned. Apparently they took her in and gave her immunity in exchange for her research, which is ironic, given all those trials they presided over. But apparently the worst of them was quietly pardoned. There was a brief silence. Pity someone didn't schmill her, Kaine finally said. Someone did, Helena said in a voice that was almost a hiss. Kaine stared at her blankly. Don't, she said. Don't you dare lie to me. Kaine gave a low sigh, and when he looked up, the sharpness of him emerged like a raw blade. The version of him that wore perfectly on the island whenever Enid could see him. Softness, crooked smiles, quiet monologues. It all vanished. And now he was real again. As cold and gleaming as a razor's edge steel. Why would you do this? Helena said, feeling as if there were a chasm inside her. Haven't we done enough? Why would you take a chance like this? Did you think about what would happen if you'd been caught? I was careful, he said, not defending himself at all. Did you really think I was going to let her live? Helena tried to swallow. She'd spent that day working to keep her heart under control, but she was too upset to manage her distress. You lied to me. It was when we were at the ports, wasn't it? When you said you had to go take care of some financial matters. But this is what you were doing. Now every time you go anywhere, I'm going to wonder where you really are, and worry that you're never going to come back to me. Her voice broke. Kaine reached for her, but she was stepping away from him, pressing her hand against his chest, trying to keep her heart steady so she could keep talking. Kept being angry. She was so angry. This is not enough for you? Is having this life so dissatisfying that revenge is worth the risk? Her eyes were burning. In a few years, we're going to have to tell Enid who you are. She's going to go to school soon, and even here in Estris. She'll hear about the war and hear your name. We both know exactly where she's going to end up. I mean, he's thinking ahead. He's thinking ahead. He's trying to. He's once again, Kaine keeping it real as fuck, y'all. Keeping it real as fuck. Keeping it real as fuck. We both know exactly where she's going to end up. There's no hiding from the things you did, and they're going to shatter her world, even if she hears it from you first. Kaine's jaw clenched. We don't have to have all the things we want in this life. Remember, you were the one who told me that. You said there was a point when I had to realize I wasn't going to get everything I wanted. And I had to choose and let this be enough. I thought we chose this. Have I been lying to myself this whole time? Her lungs stared, spasming violently, and an awful whistled rasp up her throat. She deserved to schmie after what she did to you. His voice was unrelenting, apologetic. I couldn't leave her once I knew where she was hiding. She shook her head. You shouldn't have looked. You should have left it alone. She glared at him for a moment longer, and then she burst into tears. I'm so glad she's dead. Kaine took 2 rapid steps and caught her before she backed away, fingers curled, gripping his shirt. I hope she suffered, but I didn't want it to be you. Why is it always you? She buried her face in his chest. I hated her. I hated her so much. I'm so glad she's Schmidt. I know, he said, his arms wrapped around her. She's gone now. There won't be anyone else. 10 years later, we have 14 years jumped in one chapter. What the fuck? They stood fingers entwined as a last cloud of smoke from the steamship vanished. It's just the two of us now, Helena whispered. Kaine was silent, silver eyes trained on the sea, as if he could still make out the ship over the curve of the horizon. She squeezed his hand. You realize why she's going, don't you? Kaine winced. Yes. Helena rested her head on his shoulder. I suppose it was inevitable. Letting things go isn't really a trait of ours. He snorted. I've had my moments, at least. You, on the other hand? She laughed, looking up at him. His hair was still dyed brown, and she was surprised by how often she'd missed the silver white. A few more years, and he could probably stop dyeing it. However, his eyes were still the same. No matter how long she studied them, there always seemed to be the nuances in the way the color shifted, the glimmers of emotion that showed through. When he looked down at her, the world around them faded away. Her stomach flipped. So what do we do now? The corner of his mouth curved into a smile that had only ever been for her. Anything, whatever you want.
Stop. Oh, it's okay, Dad.
Scared the kitty.
It's just you rewarded. It's okay. Bye.
It's just
Careful with that Lego now.
That's why I hit it that way. All right. Let's get this epilogue. All right. Let's get this epilogue done. Let's get this epilogue done. All right, here we go. The epilogue. Oh, actually, hang on. Hang on. I got to get one thing. Oh, my Lord. We could be missing out on something. Hang on, folks. I got to get the game on. The game is on. The game's on. The game's on. And they're losing. Son of a gun. Oh, and I got to do a puzzle piece. Perfect timing. See? Stupid little puzzle piece for you. You're going to watch the game for you. Of course, it's on. Oh, oh, puzzle piece didn't work. Got to redo the puzzle piece. You work now, puzzle piece. Thank you, puzzle piece. Ah, all right. Hey, let's face. Looking very pretty, young lady. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, folks. I'm getting the game on in case there's some home runs, so y'all can get your buttons. It's on with chasing. It's not usually on. I'm sorry. Can you click on that? It'll be the Espen. It's in alphabetical. You'll see it should be Dodgers, Tampa Bay. All right. It says it's on the Espen. Yep, right there. By your thumb. And then click the screen. Thank you, love. All right. All right. Here we go. Ooh, Belle, I tell you what, Belle. What button you want for the Carolina winning the Stanley Cup? I got you. What button you want? I got you. Pick one. I got you. Oh, excuse me. That's for Carolina winning the Stanley Cup. I'm supposed to do that. What about the Knicks? I mean, I don't know. Listen. I want to say the Knicks, but I saw them destroying school buses, y'all. We saw the video. They were destroying 3 school buses. It was wild. But yes, we'll give the Knicks a button. What button would you like for the Knicks? I'll let DW or P pick the Knick button. Which one do y'all want it? I'm just saying. Hey, destroy the school buses if you want. Destroy the school buses if you, I don't know how that's winning, but it was New York City. Listen. It's just how it is.
I've always liked to play fire. I've always liked to be.
Right? That's what I'm saying. The epilogue. Do I need to read this epilogue? Because right now, I mean, I went through all of that okay. Anyway, here we go. The epilogue and final part of Alchemised. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. The epilogue. Julius 1808. Been some years. All right, here we go. The river ferry churned up the winding river. The river ferry churned up the winding river. Where else would a river ferry go if it's not going up a river? Reaching the final bend and revealing Paldea to those aboard, the audible gasp gave away those who had never seen the famous city before. It gleamed like a giant crown laid in the river, framed by towering mountains. Then it would be a lake fairy, not a river fairy. I'm just saying. It gleamed like a giant crown. In front of the ship, a young woman with large silver gray eyes watched the city draw near, barely able to tear her eyes away from the ferry-made port and passengers being disembarked. She paused at the top of the Captain Calculus. Sorry, I saw Captain Calculus in the chat. That was funny. Searching for the crowd, a familiar face. Enid! Called a voice. Several people turned to see former paladin Helena Bayard running toward the ship, her son Apollo behind her, and a few guards all trying to keep up. Lila reached Enid first and crushed her into a hug before stepping back. Look at you, it's been so long. Lila dropped her voice down. I was afraid I wouldn't recognize you, but you look so much like your mom. Enid smiled. Yes, she said in a faint Asterian accent. Atrician. I don't fucking know. This is the last chapter. I still ain't said their fucking country right. Fuck them. Father always said that. Lila shook her head. I can't believe right there.
Yeah, you're on your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Atrasian?
There you go. What she said. Lila shook her head. I can't believe they finally let you come. I thought they wanted to keep you studying in chem. But I'm so excited that you were going to have you in the program. Enid gave a sly smile. Well, they knew I always wanted to study at the Institute. The apprenticeships in chem are done differently. It's primary metallurgy there. Lila reached back and dragged Pole, who'd been awkwardly hanging behind in this conversation. Enid and Pole's eyes met only for an instant before darting away. Well, I wish I'd let you come sooner, Lila said. Your academic qualities would have been extremely helpful here. Pole, unfortunately, inherited the poor study habits of his father and me, and that's why he has to take pyromancy certification exam twice. Hey, Pole, I failed first grade and had to get held back one year because I wasn't mature enough. It's okay. It's okay. I get it. It's college. It's okay. It's all right. Shit happens. Whatever. God. Jeez. Pole turned bright red. That was only on the written portion, and that was years ago, I muttered. I passed it. You're supposed to run the Alchemy Institute someday. How is anyone going to take you seriously with Motherfucker, nobody gives two shit fucks about a transcript, Lila said. We're lucky to have Enid here now. Should give us some proper academic legitimacy. What the flippity-floppy? Why are we glazing Enid all of a sudden? What is happening? That didn't sound good. Lila looked over to one of the guards, sent her bags to Solace Splendor. We're going to take the scenic route back to the Institute. The motor car wound through the city, spiraling slowly up from the ports in the upper levels, headed north. It stopped at the plaza with a large open area. There were several tall columns encircling the statue. Lila hesitated a moment and then began to open the door. You should see this. Okay, hang on. I swear, if this is going to be something like Lila's not Lila, like Lila's really Cetus hiding in the body, and it's going to be a fucking, I'm just, now my mind is thinking what stupid ending could possibly happen because I did not get my what the fuck moment. That's all I'm saying. I haven't had my what the fuck moment yet. You know what I'm saying? This is bullshit. Bullshit. Ugh. Began to open the door. You should see this. And she said, stepped up. It's new. Only finished a few weeks ago. There was a small crowd present, and most people drew back the approaching party as Lila led the way to the center. The statue of the resistance soldier in combat armor and rappelling harnesses. Rappelling harnesses. At the feet were the words, gone but not forgotten. The columns were smooth marble filled with the names. Apollo Holdfast. Lucian Holdfast. Soren Bayard, Sebastian Bayard, Eddard Althorn. He was a fucking chode. Jan Crothar. He was a fucking chode. Titus he was cool, but okay. They went on and on. Lila stood around, and there was The Nullium bomb went off, one of the last places rebuilt because it was so difficult to protect from the contamination and wanted a memorial for everyone to die during the war. And this is where they put in, I like to think it, but maybe nothing ever feels like it's enough. What do you think? Enid shrugged, but her sharp eyes were rapidly scanning the columns. I'd never seen a war memorial before. I don't know exactly how they're supposed to make you feel. Okay. I mean, they're not supposed to make you feel anything. You're supposed to feel what you... Lila inhaled. I don't know. Either I just hope it would be more... But before Lila could finish her thought, a woman grasped hold of Enid's arm, pulling her towards her. Helena? Enid turned and stared at a stranger. A woman with a long scar sliced across her face. The woman cut herself out, scratching her hand back. There was a small puncture straight through her wrist. No, of course not. I'm sorry. I thought you were someone I knew. Lila turned, and her lips trembled briefly before she spoke. Penny. Oh, that was Penny. Penny. Penny.
You scared Hoopy.
This is Enid Romano. Enid Romano. She came here to join the undergrad. They're even changing. Okay, they changed her last name. Enid Romano. She came to join the undergrad vivimancy program. Paul and I were giving her a tour. Penny stared at Enid for a moment longer, her eyebrows knitting together. Oh. Hey, what's up, Q? What's up? What's up? I'm sorry, I probably scared you grabbing you like that. From behind, you looked just like someone I knew. Lila, doesn't she look like Helena? Enid's expression was blank, and she glanced questionably at Lila. Lila squinted as if trying to see what Penny was referring to. Penny? It was the hair, I think. Lila looked at Enid. Helena Moreno. She was part of the resistance, but she died before liberation. Enid looked back at Penny. I'm sorry for your loss. Penny stood at Enid. Penny. Enid, as if she were a ghost of another moment, before she turned away. They were scarcely alone for the moment before another voice interrupted. Lila, there you are. I haven't seen you here since the memorial opened. A grimace flashed across Lila's face before she forced a smile and turn. Mr. Forrester, what an unexpected pleasure. The woman was middle-aged and breathing heavily. What is this I hear about the Holdfast being back at their old antics and importing foreign students? The smile on Lila's face vanished and straightened, taking full advantage of the height. Enid was a celebrated student in him, and she submitted a promising proposal on the use of vivimancy, a raise for treating lung damage. Excuse me. The Institute invited her here to support her research because several of the illnesses associated with the Nullium bombing still lacked effective treatment. Miss Forrester's face turned red and she coughed several times, pressing a handkerchief over her mouth. Oh, lung treatment, you say? That is interesting. Enid stepped away, leaving Lila to accept the weak apology. She went over the columns, scanning the names, but there were so many crammed together. Name after name. Within minutes, Lila and Paul both had crowds gathering around them. The principant might be no more, but the allure of the holdfasts endured. Across the plaza, one of the buildings had a row of shops. Enid walked toward them, casting a look back and meeting Paul's woebegone eyes before disappearing into a bookstore. Just inside, there was a large display of thick books. A comprehensive history of the Paladin Necromancy War by William Dover. Ha! Will Dover. Bend over, I say. Enid paused, staring at the books for a moment before picking up a copy. Just released this week, said a clerk, standing nearby and eyeing the book in her hands. I didn't recognize the title, so I figured it must have been, Enid said, flipping through the book open, her fingers pursuant to the index chapter. Fingers pausing briefly along the way. Well, if you're wanting to understand Palada and the war, this is definitely the best one there is. I mean, your dialect seems pretty good, but if you really want to know all the details and explanations for everything that went on, this is it. Or she could have talked to her dad. Hopefully they told her everything. I'm just saying. Sorry. Enid arched her eyebrow. The clerk seemed to take it as a sign of encouragement and stepped closer. Dover spent more than 10 years on it, got special permission from the Assembly and the Liberation Front to access all records, even trial transcripts, because trial transcripts, yeah, those are trustworthy, right? Yeah. Twats. It's shocking stuff, some chapters. I don't recommend reading it if your stomach isn't strong, but if you want to know what happened, this is a book that'll tell you. It's all there. Everything people should know. Do you, Enid asked? The clerk looked uncertain. Know everything that people should know about the war? Enid clarified. The clerk cleared his throat. Well, for me, it's hard not to cap, but I got it.
You can read.
I can read this. I do this. This is what I do. I was the one of the born. The clerk cleared his throat. Well, for me, it's not hard to. I was one of the ones born in the tower. If you know what that means, there were trials. We kept getting moved around while they argued about what to do with us. Oh, okay, so he was in the Stacy's chamber, but you still ain't know what happens. I'm sorry. Maybe you do. He cleared his throat. Anyway, reading that helped me put it all into perspective for me. Enid looked down at the cover again. I'll have to check it out then. I'm from Etris, but even there, people still talk about the Paladinian War. Still holding the book, Enid stepped past the clerk, wandering further into the shop. Once she found an empty aisle, she quickly flipped the book open to its index and ran her finger until she found the chapter title she wanted. She flicked to the page. Kaine Ferran. Known to the world as the High Reeves, is the most infamous mass murderer in history. That's bullshit. By all estimates, he was the youngest to join Morrow's Undying, only 16 when he assassinated Principal Apollo Holdfast, plunging the city-state of Paldinia into one of the most devastating wars in history. Ferran devoted himself to climbing ranks among the Undying. Not only was he the youngest to ascend, but he went on to become the youngest individual to achieve the rank of general during the war. Oh, he was the ones. Okay, Bill, I got you. Okay, thank you. Ferran's proficiency of an alchemist and a vivimancer was widely regarded as unnatural as a result of horrific human experimentation that came to define the Undying's regime. But unlike most of the Atramon Bennett's subjects, Ferran's participation was voluntarily. Many of the Undying retired from service post-war. However, Ferran's ascent was only the beginning. He led the efforts to capture and interrogate all remaining resistance members, schmilling them for the use of Lithonium mines. His pre-dereliction for slaughter was key in the achieving his status as the High Reeve, and his eventual acknowledgement as Morrow's successor. It is the belief of many that if Ferran family had not schmurdered by Ivy Purnell, the Undying regime could have lasted decades longer. Morrow's condition was so deteriorated that many believed he would have handed control of Pallada to Ferran before the year's end. Necromancy scholar Istusindris wrote in his book Ferran, a biography of the High Reeve. Kaine Ferran was a monster long before Morrow ever reached Paldea. Joining the Undying simply enabled a born psychopath to indulge in his cruelty, and when even immortality and immutability could not state his sadistic impulses, he submitted himself to brutal experimentations to achieve his ends. Early life, Kaine Ferran was born, only child of ellipses. There was a sound behind Enid, and she snapped the book closed and turned. Pole was standing at the end of the aisle, a crookedly triumph grin on his face. Apollo Holdfast was even mix of his parents. While many of his features were traditional Holdfast sky blue eyes, golden hair, and a smile warming as sunshine, he had Bayard bones, which made him taller than even his mother. he said. A smirk played at the corner of Enid's mouth, and she arched her eyebrow. Hello. Paul rested his hand on the shelf above Enid's head so that he loomed over her. Enid simply raised her chin. Hiding from us already? He asked. The smirk on Enid's lips faded, and she looked down at the book in her hands. No. There was a new book about the war, and I thought I'd look up the section on the High Reef. The grin on Pole's face vanished. Don't. But never going to tell how it was. Okay, at least Pole's fucking telling the truth. At least Pole's being fucking truthful. Okay, I like that. All right, cool. Enid shrugged, nodding. I know. I feel like I have to know what they say. It's always the same thing, though. And I know it will always be. But I can't help it. This one even had Serdius quote included. He gave another shrug that was almost convincible and different. What do you think the odds are that Mum's even in the index? Pole rested a hand on her wrist. Don't. But Enid didn't listen. She turned, resting the book on edge of the shelf, and opened it to the rear index, running her finger along until it stopped. She released a slow breath. Look. Ellipses. She flipped rapidly through the book, finally stopping at a glossy photo page of the chapter on Lucian Holdfast. Enid and Pole both stared at the photograph. Look at this photograph! Sorry. Soren Bayard, Helen Marino, and Luke Holdfast sat together on a sofa. Luke's arm slung around Helena's shoulder as they all stared at the camera. Helena was in the center, painfully thin in a medical uniform too big for her and knitted pullover. Her hair was drawn back into two taunt braids pinned into a thick knot at the base of her head. Her face set with large devastation in the eyes that portrayed the attempt smile on her face. Enid stared at the photo several minutes before reaching out and gently touching it. I've never seen a photo of her from the war. Your mom sent her student photo from the Institute, but there weren't any others. Pole didn't say anything. When Enid wouldn't stop staring at the photo, he rested a hesitant hand on her shoulder. She looked up and met his eyes before giving a sad smile, reminiscent of the girl in the photograph. She looked down again. Her finger ran along the words capturing the photo as if she wanted to rub them away. Someday, someone should set the record straight, she said quietly. Pole cleared his throat. You know, Mom offered to. She wanted to tell what really happened to them. Just to the fire. Your mom and dad didn't want her to. Enid nodded slowly. Eyes still glued to the photo. I know. I know they don't. I get it. If I lived through everything they did, I just want to leave it all behind. There's no point in trying to explain something like that. No one's ever going to want to even understand. But Enid's jaw trembled. She doesn't deserve to be forgotten like this. She shouldn't be a footnote. She shouldn't be the only entry she even has. She deserves her own chapter. She deserves a whole damn book of her own. Her voice quivered. And the things they said about Dad, like he wanted it all, that he wanted to have it done to him. She scrubbed her eyes with the back of her hand and drew a deep breath. Sorry. I always think I can handle this, but then I get mad and I feel like I'm going to be sick. She blinked rapidly. I'm glad I came here, though. I needed to see it, the city where it all happened. It's so hard to not have anyone to talk about this. Mom says I can always talk to her or Dad, but she always has to take the pills if I do. And then she started pressing her fingers near the heart when she thinks I won't notice. I don't want to put her through that just because I want to talk. And Dad, anytime any of it comes up, I can tell he thinks I'm never going to speak to him again. Her knuckles were turning white as she gripped the book. She finally set it down and exhaled. I don't know what I'd do without you and Aunt Lily. I think you're the only person who knows me. Pole smiled, her eyes bright and earnest. You'll always have me. Enid nodded, lips pressed together. Then she slowly smiled back. There was a pause as they stood together, both seemingly suddenly aware that they were all alone in an empty aisle. Enid's cheeks flushed, Pole's eyes darkened, and he shifted forward, closing the space between them. The bell at the door rang out, sharp. Pole straightened, drawing his hand back and running it through his hair several times as he cleared his throat. Mom will probably show up any second, or the guards, but once we get to the house, we should talk more. His head bobbed. About... He cleared his throat again. Well, only if you want to talk. About... anything. Enid blinked and then nodded jerkingly. Yes, we should. At the house, though. It's better to talk there. She nodded again and shuffled quickly past him and out the aisle. They hurried together towards the front of the bookstore, leaving the history book behind, still open to the page with the photograph. The photograph caption read, Hibernal Solstice, Solar Year 1786, PD. Principate Lucian Holdfast with Paladin Soren Bayard. See Bayard Soren, Chapter 12. A Life of a Legacy. A foreign-born alchemist, Helen Moreno. Moreno left the city at the start of the Paladinian Civil War to study healing. She survived the war, but died in imprisonment prior to liberation. She was a non-active member of the Order of the Eternal Flame and did not... Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit! Get the fuck out of here! Are you fucking serious? You ended on that? Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Ruin the whole fucking book! Fuck off! Get fucking bent! She didn't do... Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off. Get fucking bent. Get fucking bent. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hell no. This book went from a fucking 4.5 to a 3.5 for that bullshit right there. I swear to God. Fuck off. Get fucking bent. Nah, son. Seriously. Fucking no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That ruined it for me. I'm sorry. I get it. It's realistic. I get it. It's realistic. It's realistic. And maybe that's why I don't like it. No. No. It is. It is. It's, and listen, 20 years in the military, I understand it. I get it. I get it. And it's, oh, no. No, it could have been better. Could have been. Don't get it twisted. If that would have been me and this woman right here, I'd have done the same thing. Don't get it twisted. Nobody would have known a damn point. I mean, we would have ended off on that island 100%. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I don't like it. I get it, but I don't like it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, if I would have been Kaine, same thing. Like, I understand, but no. No, that's not how. I don't want my books to end realistically. I want my books to end bookily. Fucking crap.
Bookily.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a bittersweet. Yeah, like it's a good ending. I get it. I wanted a book ending. I wanted a better book ending. That's what I'll say. I wanted a exactly. I don't want a realistically ending. I want a book. I'm just saying. All right. No, I'm glad I read it. It was a good book. It was a good book. It was a good standalone. It's definitely, she definitely left it open with that. She could like do on more and she could continue the story. I'll say that much. Agreed, Q. Yeah. They got to live together. I mean, and we got to see how they got in. A lot of the times we don't get to see how they just look at the sunset or something. So we got to see them play their life. So again, that stuff is all good and dandy, but like, you know what I mean? If we get Enid's story, I'll be okay. If we can get some of Enid's story in like another book a few years down the world, I would get there. I would get there. The trauma of war is generational only if you allow it to. And it depends, because I'll tell you what, listen, and I don't mean that I've been to war. I have been there many times, and my children will never see the traumas I have seen from war.
Yay!
It's just not going to happen. So I know what you're saying, and it depends, but the wheel can be broken. It can be broken. I will just say that. If there's I'm not rereading it. Listen, that is not a book for me to reread. I will not reread that book. If it becomes a movie, I'll watch the movie just to see if they keep it. I'm not rereading this book. I enjoyed it. I loved the story, but my brain was doing too much braining, okay? It was too much braining to try to figure out all the resonance. There was so much resonance. There was so much resonance. No, good story. I enjoyed it. Really good. Really good. I liked it. I liked it. Picasso. One and done. Less resonance next time. Exactly. No, for real. All right. So you know what that means, though? Tomorrow, I will post those 3 videos up. So the last 2 chapters in the epilogue, I will have those posted up. And then guess what? We get to start project. You're proud of me? Aw, why are you proud of me? What'd I do this time? Well, thank you for being proud of me. I'm proud of myself too for not DNFing this book. Oh, for my progress as a reader? Why, thank you. We have come a long way in 1 year, right? That was a lot of, like Belle said, that was a lot of Elmo words. I got a lot of Elmo words on that one. But yeah, I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it through that one, but we did. That was probably my toughest read yet. Yeah, that was probably my toughest read yet. In just over a year, that was rough. And I know he's not here to defend himself, and I don't mean that. I know he's trying to get into his new lifestyle and everything that's going on, right? He's trying to get into it, but freaking, oh God, Sean couldn't finish that book, and I finished it. And Sean is a reader. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sean is a reader, and he couldn't finish it, so I finished it. So I am proud of myself for that, because I didn't think I was going to be a rough one. Sean, okay, I know what Sean's story is, but it's not my story to tell. As we all know, Sean had to move from his one state to his another state, and he's having to take care of the family that he's got there. So he's just having to work, and it's a new life, new work, trying to take care of the family, new style. He's just trying to get used to it, basically. And I see him every once in a while. We just check in every once, but he says once he gets some time, he's going to try to jump back in, but he's just been really busy. That's what he says, just so you know. That's what he's been telling me. I guess corporate will extend it. Yeah, this was a rough one, but I am excited for Project. Now, is Project Tell Mary already loaded on here? Is my question. We're going to have to look really quick, because if not, I guess I got to do that tomorrow. We will have to see. Let's check it out. Let's see. We're going to look right now, see if we can get ready. Project. Oh, I got to spell it right. All right. Search. It is not in the library. All right. We will get that. We will get that. Yep. I was going to say Emma. I was like, I'll just tip Emma up a little bit later and figure out how we do that one. So, yep. We can do that. Absolutely, love. Appreciate you. Thank you, love. So that way I can have it ready for tomorrow. And then everybody, tomorrow, just so you know, if you're new here and you're not one of our normal voices that are here, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we are starting our read of Project Hail Mary. This will be a little special. Usually we only go live 1 or 2 nights a week for reading, but we are going live every night, every single night, until we finish Project Hail Mary. We're going to just read. Yeah, we're starting tomorrow. That's right. We're starting tomorrow. We are starting tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, I will post the last 3 videos and my overall review of Alchemised. And then tomorrow night, we will start Project Hail Mary until the through, and then we'll see what happens from that because there is some discussion. So hopefully everybody will be able to join us tomorrow night. Thank you all for joining with me and helping me with this, especially on some of the parts I got confused because there was little parts I got confused. And again, thank you, Wise. Okay, Belle, we can talk in the Discord. I got a few things going on my mind, but we'll talk in the court, okay, love? I think I know what you're talking about, but I just want to verify. All right. I think we're good. I think we're going to end it here tonight. Let everybody go home. Have a good night. Okay. Thank you, love. I will have the boss lady show me how to do that because she already programmed it last time. All right, folks. With that being said, we're going to end the stream for tonight. Thank you all for joining us for the ending of Alchemized, and see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks. Gotta get a good song to go out. I'll keep waving it to it. Here, we'll make it easier for you. We'll just send it. Bye, y'all.